3 funerals in 3 weeks and a mobile phone plus what 3 words saves a man's life. Hello everybody. Monty and I are off to West Wales. We're going to do a bit of sightseeing, but the main reason for going over that way is rather sad. We're going to a funeral on Monday, and it's a sad time really, because in the next 3 weeks I have 3 funerals to go to, and it's so sad. But anyway, I have to make the most of it for now. I've certainly got a good day for it. Plenty of blue sky, very few clouds, and I'm heading up the A470 towards the heads of the Valley Road. I chose this way instead of the motorway because I get bored on the motorway. The only trouble is, on the heads of the Valley Road there were a lot of roadworks, and I suspect they're still there. So it's going to be a slow one, I think. And I've got 53 miles to go. This is the head of the Valley Road, or the beginning of it, for me, and it's called that because the valleys in South Wales tend to run north-south, more or less, and this road is near the top of the Brecon Beacons and the Black Mountains, and picks up all the roads that come up the valleys. So this road is running more or less east-west. After a weird and wonderful trip around all sorts of places, I've arrived with Monty at Kidwelly Quay. And there's a couple of other camper vans here. There's that one, and over there there's that one. So we'll go and have a look around. There's Gwendolyn, tucked in there. Quite an attractive looking area here, and there's obviously been some industry here at some time. We'll go and find out what it was. Apparently it started off as a port for exporting coal, but well into the 20th century it continued thanks to the local silica brick industry, which shipped fire bricks used as furnace linings around the world. There's a nice picnic area around here, plenty of picnic benches, very pretty. Well, there's one of the dock basins, dry now because the tide is out, and it is well and truly out. I don't know whether it's completely out at the moment, but it looks like it. And it certainly left that boat high and dry. I got a bit of drama here. Coast Guard search and rescue have turned up with blue lights flashing. There's 2 of them looking out for something. Well, apparently there's somebody out there stuck in the mud, but I don't know what they're going to do to try and get him out. Well, the chap had a mobile phone with him, and he phoned the Milford Haven Coast Guard. They instructed him to download what3words app, which he did, and they're tracing him through what3words. Oh, there's a lot going on out there. They're making a lot of preparations, and apparently the chap's got a mobile phone and they've been talking to him, and giving him advice on what to do. And they've called for a helicopter, but we don't know when it's going to arrive. But they're taping off the area, ready to make a landing place for the helicopter. After a little while, the helicopter arrived, and he hovered over the person for quite a long time. And then eventually somebody was lowered down to go and rescue the poor man. But it was so cold and very, very windy, and I'm afraid I couldn't hold the camera straight enough to catch the recovery properly. But eventually they managed to get him into the helicopter, and then he set off to the landing place that they'd marked out for him. But it was so windy and in the wrong direction for him. He circled around here for quite a long time and then decided no, he was going to go somewhere else. And then eventually he managed to land it fairly close by, but even then he had a heck of a job putting it down on the ground. And they got the chap out. They sort of made sure the Coast Guard had taken him over properly, and then they set off again. There we are, another call out successfully completed. Well done, lads. But that night, 9:30 at night, and they got the blinking generator running. Get back in here. And then the next day. Good morning. It's just going up to 8 o'clock on Sunday the 6th of March. I've had my first cup of tea and I'm off to go and see what the tide's doing, because yesterday it was well out and today it looks as if it's well in. Well, the day looks a bit mixed. There's some blue sky over there and there's not very nice weather over there. But you can see the waters, the tide's well in, and that boat that looks as if it's on the mud yesterday is now floating. And if that chap had still been stuck in the mud, he'd have been in real trouble. I'll just take a little walk around here and have a look at this wharf, this little dock area with the water in, and there it is, proper little dock now. See, quite chilly this morning and my fingers are a bit cold. It really does look like a harbour now, doesn't it? Oh, I think it's breakfast time. Well, after my little mishap in Bonsell, when I ran my battery flat, I had considered getting a generator. And I was concerned because a lot of comments about how noisy they are, and last night that made up my mind positively. The people in that van there had their generator going until gone 9:30 at night. Oh, it was so noisy. So I'm glad I didn't go ahead and buy one. But what I did do, I brought my battery pack with me. There it is. And it's quite capable of charging the engine battery, or I can even start it from that. And it fits nicely in behind the seat there, in there like that. Well, it's a very nice little park per night place. I must put a review on that. But before I leave this place, there's somewhere else to have a look at. Next to the Gatehouse coffee bar, there is the Gatehouse. And the Gatehouse is to that castle up there. And within the what would have been the old castle walls is this lovely old building here. Obviously had been the schoolhouse, now residential. And just to confirm that, Castle School. And it's a Norman castle, which originally started off as just a simple motte and bailey. I'm afraid we're going to have to leave going around to look at inside to another day, because I have other places to be and a funeral to get to. But I certainly think it'd be worth making the effort to come back here. And how would you like to buy this place? The chapel, complete with an up-to-date graveyard. Now, in my younger days, when you had paper and pen diaries and information things, instead of these flip-flop things that you use these days, I would have realised that I got the date wrong, because I've come to this place and it doesn't open until next month. But I'm at this place, and it is a heritage railway line. So I can't pronounce the name of this railway line. Could you tell it for me?
Gwilly.
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 Yeah.
Oh right, because it's got the two L's in it.
Yes, but the two L's is after the G. If the two L's are before the actual name, it's cl. Something like that.
Right.
Okay.
And if it comes after the G?
If it comes after, if it's coming in the middle or towards the end of the name, it's just LL.
Oh right.
Like, as in Gwilly.
Oh right, thank you very much indeed.
The chap behind you will be able to tell you a little bit more, because he's a proper Welshman and I'm an Englishman that's only been living down here 7 years.
Oh right.
That's as much as I've learnt so far.
I'm a Welshman, but I haven't got an English Welsh accent. I was born in Cardiff.
Oh right, that's interesting, that, isn't it?
Anyway, thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
It's a pleasure.
Well, that building there is actually two coaches which somebody had at a house, but they bought them and moved them here as their tea rooms. Well, there's Gwendolyn, and there's the train, or at least what's left of it for the moment. And I don't know how well you can see that in there, but that's one of the first class compartments in this coach. There's that little tank engine over there, right? Number 1369. A very neat little signal box next to the level crossing. Tonight I'm stopping at Kelpie Tents and Tourers, Mandy's favourite of all campsite. Mandy's up there with her little roamer home, but the ground is so wet that I couldn't get up there with Gwendolyn, so I parked over there. I made one attempt to get back up the hill backwards, but no, ended up with, so I just went straight forward and stopped there instead. and that should be okay to get out of there. The facilities here look a bit basic, but in fact they're extremely good. And with the ground being as wet as it is, it's hardly surprising somebody came by boat. There's the private pitch, where the dogs can run free. You can run free in there, can't you, Tilly? Hey, hello, Tilly. That's a good place to set up. I've been invited into Rosalie for a mug of tea. It's a big mug, but it's only about a third full. But it is Earl Grey.